Good morning, traders. Welcome to this video on the euro dollar and pound dollar. My name is Chris Forsyth from Elite Currency, and we take a look at the end of October and the beginning of November. How did the monthly candle end up, for instance? But first of all, before we do that, I wanted to introduce to you Elite Currency Portfolio, ECS Portfolio. Go to elitecurrency.com, click on Products, go to Portfolio ECS. And you have all the info you need here to see what it's all about. But very quickly summarize, it's a combination of systems, semi-automated, automated is a mixture of methods, fundamental, technical analysis, and news events, and also a mixture of instruments. The goal is consistency, low drawdown, and steady gains. For instance, the worst month so far in 2 years was only -4%, but we saw very steady gains of anywhere between 5 and 20% per month. All right, let's take a look now at the euro dollar. As you can see, the euro dollar is trying to break below the 21 EMA low. If it does, that would signal the continuation of this triangle pattern, what looks like a triangle pattern at this moment with higher lows and lower highs at this moment. In that case, if we get the break, we should see a dash down to the bottom of the triangle, and that could deliver, again, a bounce back up. But before we get that, we do need a break below the 50 fib here at 115.38, and it hasn't happened yet. So as long as price is still at the 50 fib, it could still be a bouncing spot to retest the trend line as well. So it's a decision zone, bounce or break spot. I do need that break below the 50 fib to get the move down, or if we get a bounce, we could expect the retest of the trend line. So let's take a look at the weekly chart. We can see a third touch of the 50 fib, but no break yet. Daily chart is looking quite bearish with the engulfing twin, but once again, it could be inverted head and shoulders, left shoulder head, right shoulder two. So what's important here is that price really closes below 115.38 on the daily chart. All right. So we got to monitor this on the lower time frame. If we get a, this looks like a bear flag at the moment on the hourly chart. And if we get a break of that flag and below the 50 fib, we could see that continuation lower, which is a very important milestone in that case. And it could deliver quite a serious downtrend. On the other hand, if price is able to push above this 50 fib at 116.12 and the 144 EMA and the 21 EMA high and these bottoms here, then in that case, if there's some strong momentum pushing through it, we're looking at a bullish reversal in that case, and I'll be looking for a flag pattern here or a pullback for a bounce higher. So we definitely need to break above, let's say 116.25-ish here to make this bullish. Otherwise, any price action that respects that zone up to 116.25 could still be bearish, okay? So any retracement here could easily bump into resistance and move down, but the real confirmation is the break below the flag and the 50 fib. So here could be a bouncing spot. The real bearish trend could be delivered below the 50 fib at 115.38. And if it is a bullish reversal, we need to see the break above 116.25. In that case, we could be looking at gains above the 20-minute EMA high up to 117.50, 117.75, and even a retest of the double top here at 119 eventually. All right, pound USD. I was bullish, and there was some bullishness here from this 38 fib, I think, in this 50 fib and 144 EMA, if I remember correctly at least. But the upside was limited due to the trend line, that acted as resistance here once and then twice. So although we had some gains to the upside, we didn't have the gains that I expected. That the stronger upside did not take place, in fact. And after the second failure, price in fact reverted back down. Broke through the 144 EMA and has been falling since. Now, I think there's still some space left, but ultimately not much space left until we hit the inverted head and shoulders area. Here's the left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. That could be a bouncing spot and reversal spot, and price could head back towards the neckline. The neckline, of course, a resistance spot. It could bounce there again, go back down. If it does break, there is some space up to 140 and 142.50, the previous stops, if we get the break above the neckline. I think that the bounce at the head and shoulders level is expected, at least towards the trend line. Then we might get another higher low, and then we might get the break to the upside. If price breaks below the head and shoulders support level, then we could see a dash lower, down to 135 or 134, the previous bottom. And if it breaks the previous bottom, then we see a lot more space We already had a break of this trend line. In that case, we're breaking through the 144 EMA and the previous tops. And we can see a fall all the way down to 130, 128.50, 126.70, 127.50, of course, as well. So then there's a pretty big space, especially at the beginning, for a sturdy downtrend to emerge if it breaks below that 134. Okay, but we're not there yet. Let's see if it bounces or breaks. If we get the break, good space. If we get the break below the bottom, good space. If we get the break above the head neckline here, resistance neckline, good space as well, up to 140, 142.50. For the moment, the most interesting is the bounce here, 135.75, 136, back to the resistance trend line. In my view, that seems decent probability for the moment on the pound USD. All right, that's my 2 cents for the euro dollar and pound dollar beginning of November. Wish everyone great trading. Hope that you have risk capital to spare to join the ECS method, ECS portfolio method, and try it as an investor. And see you all very soon. Cheers, bye-bye.